Far from my usual New Jersey waters, I made my way south to Florida, where warm currents flow and every cast brings something new. There's a special thrill in fishing fresh locations, especially when a few surprises are waiting just beneath the surface.
Whoa! When it comes to fishing down in Florida, I'm a total Googan. I have really no idea what I'm doing, so I got some help from the tackle shop. They told me some tips and tricks. I've only fished down here one time before with some minor success, so this is kind of a clean slate for me, kind of starting fresh, starting new. But there's a ton of new species that I want to catch and check off my list, so hopefully we get on some of those today. Let's get to the end of the pier and start fishing. So what we've got here for a rig is the Carolina rig, which has this sliding sinker here, which gets stopped by this barrel swivel. And then we've got a small circle hook right on the end here, where we're gonna put the bait.
For bait, I got 2 dozen live shrimp, and after dropping the bait down near the pilings, I was getting immediate hits. This first fish that I caught, however, took me by surprise. I didn't feel any bites, just some sudden weight, and decided to lift up on the rod, and sure enough, there was a fish on.
Whoa! Left Jersey to come catch these. Left New Jersey catching flounder, just to catch some flounder down here. That's our first fish of the day though, so there's bites happening, there's fish down there. It's a good thing. Still, these bait fish are jumping all over down here. I'm trying to show you, I'm not sure if you can see. There's a ton of them down there, a ton of little bait fish.
The egg sinker was a 3/8 ounce sinker. Since the current isn't that strong, the water isn't that deep, and we want that shrimp to float down to the bottom with a natural presentation.
All right, so I'm gonna kind of throw it back a little bit. Apparently it's only 8 feet here, so not very deep. And then once it hits the bottom, I'm just gonna let it be a little off the bottom. All right, I'm already getting hits. That's pretty quick. Make sure I still have my bait there. All right, had a feeling. Those are some pretty nice hits. No bait, but there's fish down there. I'll say one thing about shrimp. These fish steal it pretty easily. I'm not used to fishing with them, so it's just a learning experience trying to figure out when to set that hook. I think this is a little pinfish. Second fish of the day, little tiny guy. That'd probably be good bait right there, I would imagine. Today I'm using my Piscifun 3000 Nautix saltwater fishing reel, and this is a great beginner fishing reel, especially if you're getting into saltwater fishing and don't know where to start and you're looking for an affordable reel. This will do it for you. If you want to grab one for yourself, check out the link in the description below. And if you want to save yourself some money, you can use the code SALTYSAM18 at checkout to save 18% off your entire order. I had to get myself a rod while I was down here in Florida, and I got myself this Daiwa Sweepfire rod, and it's a 7-foot rod rated 1/4 ounce to 1 ounce, and it was literally $20. So we'll see how this thing holds up and if it's any good for 20 bucks. Okay, another species. Nice. I think this is a little snapper. It's little, but that's my first snapper ever right there. There he goes. Fish down there are slick. I'm gonna be going through this shrimp like crazy. It's not a bad problem to have though, knowing that there's hungry fish around for this bait. All right, another one of those little fish like that. These are the ones that are tearing out my bait. All right, there we go. Another little snapper right there. They do have these little teeth, so don't put your fingers in there. Another little guy right there. I'll take it. It's another fish. Same species though. Let's see if we can get some more species. Well, that's a new species, somebody's fishing line. We're gonna keep that for later. Throw that out. The guy at the tackle shop told me that pretty much any of these fish down here will bite just about anything this time of year. They're all fired up in the summertime, so the fresh shrimp seems to be getting hit immediately on the drops, but I'm pretty sure if I do run out of bait, I can pretty much get anything else and probably catch some fish. Viewers from Florida watching, let me know if there's any way to keep these shrimp on the hook a little better. They keep coming off pretty easily and I'm flying through this, so there's gotta be a way to make sure that they last a little longer. Ooh, it's a little bit of a bigger, never mind, just looked bigger in the water. Another snapper.
Finally, after weeding through the smaller snapper and pinfish, something more sizable decided it was its turn to bite.
Ooh, this is the first one that's pulling drag. Oh no. Oh, he pulled me in. He's back out. Okay, that's a bigger fish right there. All right, we gotta lift this guy up with my $20 rod. Nice. All right, there we go. That's a bigger fish right there. That's our biggest of the day. He pulled a little drag, not gonna lie. All right, just out of curiosity, I measured that guy about 10 inches. He's going back in. While I'm out here, let's check up some of these fish, see what the keeper size are of some of them. Minimum size limit, 10 inches. That would have been big enough to keep.
When bringing the shrimp back up, what I believed to be a ladyfish appeared out of nowhere and snatched the bait.
Whoa. What the heck was that? All right, we're running pretty low on the shrimp, so I'm gonna go up here and get some more bait. We're gonna see what they got. If there's more shrimp, we'll get more shrimp, but if there's something different, we may try something different. Shout out to the guy at the St. Petersburg Pier, Gator Gyms. They were closing up shop, but they still got me some shrimp. So we got some frozen shrimp here, and once that fresh shrimp is done, we're gonna switch over to this.
All right, let's see. This is our last shrimp here. Only one more of the fresh guys.
Another snapper. All right, we're gonna do the frozen shrimp here. We'll do a few more of these, and then we'll probably end up calling it a day. Quite a decent amount of fish so far. So even if I go home now, I'm pretty happy.
Later in the afternoon, the wind picked up and a storm was rolling in on the horizon. But fortunately, it made for a nice rainbow. The frozen shrimp was getting cleaned off left and right, and because of that, I was only able to land one fish.
All right, no one of these little fish. Haven't seen one of these guys in a little while. It's been Snapper City, so a little change of pace here, but not much of a deviation. After one fish on that frozen shrimp, I decided to call it a day. I had a fun time out on the pier. Pier fishing isn't something that I normally do too often, so shaking it up kind of freshened things up a little bit, and it turned into a fun time.
The weather here was tricky. One minute it would be bluebird skies and the next raging thunderstorms. I head out the next day only to get caught in a sudden downpour. So I waited till the next day, finally getting a clear window to take advantage of. And it turned out to be worth the wait.
So basically I'm out here again today, hoping to get on some more fish. We got the live shrimp once again, and we're gonna be using this Carolina rig and hoping to get on some more fish, maybe some more snapper. We'll see what happens. So we're starting here with a shrimp. We're just gonna hook it right behind that horn, right in the back of the head, toss that out and hope that lands us a fish. All right, so I'm gonna walk out onto this rock right here, and I'm shocked at how clear this water is. It looks beautiful today. Don't see any fish down there, but maybe a little farther out, there's a little darker pocket of water right there. Maybe we'll get something. I got a 3/8 ounce weight on right now, so we're gonna see if that even holds up against this current. If not, we're gonna have to go up and wait. So just gonna toss it out and let it drift right along this channel right here. I hope there's a hungry fish waiting for some shrimp. Is that a fish on? I can't tell. Oh yeah. What is this? I think this is a mangrove. It's a little brightly colored compared to the ones yesterday, but I guess because it's that sandier bottom. Oh, there he goes. So what I did on that last one was I casted to my left and just let it drift down. Lift it up every now and then, just make sure I'm not getting snagged on those rocks. And then that fish bit, maybe like midway through the drift. I just bent out the hook on that rock. There's a fish right in front of me right there. See if I could sight cast it. Just swimming around right by that rock. There's a whole school of them right here. Maybe little pinfish, but they're easily spooked considering how clear the water is. Oh, all right, just got nabbed by one. I watched that happen. There it is. Oh no. He swam under the rocks. Come out. There he is. So okay, so these were these little snappers. Cool being able to sight fish for him now. All right, here we go, a little sight fish snapper. He's really small, cool colors on him though. He's going back in. All right, I actually switched out to a 1/2 ounce weight just because I want this to sit a little tighter along that bottom, and I don't want it drifting as much because this is my last rig and I don't want to get this snagged. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if this helps out. So I'd like to try to catch something a little more sizable today after catching all these little snappers.
I was surprised to see that no one was at the end of the jetty. Most people were down by the bridge, and I was wondering if everyone knew something that I didn't. But I decided to give the end of the jetty a shot anyway, and this is when the action really began to heat up.
I moved down a little bit because I see some little bait fish sitting on these this rock pile out here, so we're gonna see if that helps get anything. There's also fish jumping out that way, so maybe this drift will be a little better.
I casted the bait right about here. You can see the way the current is drifting from this moving sand, and right where this next fish bit was towards the end of the drift, where I would imagine the fish were congregating waiting for the bait to wash down current. I didn't have to wait too long after casting out before the bait got thumped and it was game on.
Oh, I don't know what that is. My drag's a little too tight. Oh, is that a drum? Oh my gosh, no way. No way, dude. I can't even catch a black drum in Jersey, let alone I get one here. That's pretty crazy. All right, let's see if we can make our way down. Try to get this guy out. A black drum, that's crazy. All right, come on over here, bud. We got ourselves a black drum right here. Never caught one of these before in Jersey, but came to Florida and now we caught one. All right, well, I'm glad I moved down. Let's see if we can get another cool fish on the board. Whoa. That was weird. That was an instant bite. That thing came out of the water. I didn't even get a chance to like set up. There's hungry fish out there. They keep swiping me, but I just keep missing them. There we go. There's another fish. Let's see what this guy is. That's fighting pretty decent. It's another drum. Oh shoot, is that a sheep's head? Yo! No way! Oh my gosh, we're killing it with the new species today. That's a good sheep. Shoot, man. Nice sheep's head. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm really hyped today. 2 new species on the board, which is kind of what I was looking for out of this trip. So really excited, and have about half a dozen shrimp left. So let's keep fishing. Maybe we'll get some more. Another fish. Feels like a heavy one too. Let's keep him out of those rocks. It's another drum right there. Seems like it's a little bigger than the last one too. They fight hard though, man. I'll take these all day. This is so fun. All right, let's climb back down there again. He's croaking. I don't know if you could hear that. Here we go, another drum right there. A little bit bigger than the last one. Pretty good fish overall. There's another fish. Oh. Another drum. We're just killing on these drum right here. There must be a little like school of them or something. But I gotta say, we've found the spot. We found the drum hot spot. Oh, actually. Whoa, come on, dude. Oh no. Oh no. Get out of those rocks. All right, we're gonna have to do some climbing here. Hope he doesn't break us off. Come over this way. There we go. All right. Well, they seem to be getting a little bigger. Slightly, but
Bigger to say the least.
nice. Another black drum on the board. It's just endless. It's on fire with these guys. Oh, actually, it's a new species in a while, at least. It's a bigger snapper. I'm all right with putting another fish on the board though. Well, I'm getting kind of hot, so I'm gonna actually come in the water and wade in here and try to still cast out to that same spot. This water's super warm though. I don't know how much cooler I'm really gonna be in here. Woo. I need him to come over this way, away from these rocks. Come on, dude. Oh. It's another drum? Or is this a sheep's head? Ah, it's another drum. All right, it's another drum right there. Another drum right there. Let's go. Well, I broke off on my last rig. I had one more big shrimp I'd been saving. I don't have any more hooks, so that might be how we have to end it there. This was that last shrimp I was saving, but he's gonna, oh, today he got lucky. He's going free.
Not only did I lose my last hook, but it was right on cue for more thunderstorms to roll in. Satisfied with how the day went, it was time to close up shop and call it a solid trip. That was such a great trip, and I'm glad that you were here to come along for the ride. It's ironic that with the exception of the snapper and the pinfish, the new species that I was catching were fish that I can catch in Jersey. But having never caught them before, I was able to check some new species off my list, which was our goal going into this trip. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all your support, and leave a comment in the comment section if you got any tips and tricks for fishing Florida. With that said, I'll catch you on the next one.